Tom, it's the oldest reservoir in the USA. Not much for size, but historically this was built by John Pynchon's gang when they settled North Hadley here, and they built a necessary lumber mill. So we're fishing some historic water. Just on the other side of the road was the great village of the Nonotuck Native people. We're going to get out there in late October. It's a windy day, but we're not afraid. We're going to take on the depths of Lake Warner, see if we can pull some fish out of here. So you'll notice that even though it's 75 degrees, now you can't see that it's 75, but take my word for it, it's 75 to 80 degrees right now. In mid-October, maybe even late October, depending on what you think mid-October is, you'll notice that retired Officer Price and myself are both wearing our life vests. And that's because in the state of Massachusetts, you got to wear life vests after September 15th, no matter how stupid that might seem to you, because you know that September water is a lot warmer than May water. But the state has passed a rule for our protection, and we don't want to get jammed up. Danger. Please keep upstream of the bridge, it says right there. That means it's like an invitation for me to throw a few casts over there. Tom, we got to go under the bridge. So this was the site of multiple dams. And the reservoir that we are on, look at the wind blowing into the waterfall, creating did a spray. That is a pretty high waterfall. You don't want to get swept over that waterfall. But at the same time, this is a historic site in a lot of ways. And I don't really think that people think about reservoir. This is a historic reservoir, the oldest reservoir in the USA. There might be one older in Canada, but this is the oldest one that exists in the United States. I'm actually throwing a cast in this water that doesn't get fished much. Why? It's because I'm a jerk. So I'm going to throw a couple casts here and avoid getting pulled over the dam. I'll throw one over here, and then I'm going to beat a hasty retreat. I'm really casting like a putz right now because I am breaking the law. And I can imagine a South Hadley or North Hadley police officer come around the corner and just bam, the stand man, the blue lights flashing, and I'm in deep kimchi, as they say. So I'm making my retreat right now, but I needed to throw a few casts just to show Officer Price, RTO Price, that I was willing to be that risk taker that he's known his whole life. Right, Tom? Tom's not talking. Oh, yeah, this is an area where there's a lot of young kids fishing off the bridge, fishing off the shore. So you get garlands of fishing line here hanging. Yeah, we got some right in front of us. Looks like 8-pound test, Tom. Yes. Wow, there's an errant cast. There's a deep diver straight up that tree. I'm going to see if I can intercept, Tom. Oh, there's acorns falling. I feel like there might even be a fishing pole on the end. Whoever broke this off lost. Oh, it's not even, Tom. This isn't even mono. Whoever's using this is using that cable. This is bad stuff. So what I'm doing is getting it out of the water. So quite often in the world that we live in, no good deed goes unpunished. I just got rid of this cable that somebody was using. This is like 25-pound test. And on the end of it, I got me this here deep diver that's been tied on. I don't know what to think of it. It looks like it might be an Amazon special, but I will add it to my collection and utilize it. So I saved the area by getting rid of this line, which I'm trying to break right now. Good luck. And I will bring that home and discard it. So it is a beautiful day to fish, even though it is October. And what I'm doing is I'm using a big spinnerbait, and I'm not going to bang it as hard as I would, reel it as fast as I would if it were summertime. I like to thump them in the fall. So I cast it and I'm going to let this thing get low and I'm going to thump it in. And this can be a really successful technique for those big fish that are looking to eat a big meal as they're about to kind of go into what you might call hibernation. I mean, fish don't go into hibernation like, say, a raccoon or something, but their metabolism slows down. They don't do a lot of eating. Look at that cut bank right there. It's crazy. And you can hear acorns entering the water here as I cast. Ooh, there was a fish. I just scared a fish that was using the fallen leaves as cover, as structure. Lake Warner, built shortly after the establishment of the city of Springfield. Springfield's established in 1636, although a blockhouse was built in 1635. And Lake Warner comes with the offshooting settlements, Northampton, followed by Hadley and Hatfield. And this will be a perfect site. Now remember, in Springfield, Pension liked that site because on the east side of the Connecticut River is what's now called the Mill River, which Pension knew would be able to be used as a lumber mill, that water power coming down the Mill River. Well, this is such a river here. And they created the dam, and they used this water to power the mills that were not only lumber mills, that was the original intention, but later on, grist mills to be used to support the community. First the building and then the sustaining of the community of Hadley, Massachusetts. Now, just a quarter of a mile away to my current left would be the home of Hadley's nearest neighbors, the Nonotuck Native people. And they're tribal people, part of the river tribes. And they had a fairly substantial village at the bend in the Connecticut River. There's a big bend. Hadley's on the more southerly of the two bends, big peninsula. And the Nonotuck village is on the northerly. So this is the oldest reservoir. It's been continuously a reservoir in the history of the USA. I'm trying to remember the year that it was built. It could have been like 1659 or 61 or something like that. I'll write it in the comments for you. I don't remember exactly. What's great about it is when we look at the shoreline and we look at we got cattle up there, so there's still quite a bit of agriculture that's flourishing here. If you were to go to Springfield and look at the shoreline, Springfield was one of the biggest cities in Massachusetts. Well, it's the third biggest city now. It was the second biggest city in Massachusetts for most of its history until Worcester began challenging it in the 1920s. And Worcester has taken the lead in size. Springfield's a sad victim of the closure of a lot of businesses. Sometimes the direct result of the city politicians' own foolishness, like the latest loss that they've suffered, and that would be the loss of Smith & Wesson, because the state of Massachusetts has become outrageously anti-gun to the point that they don't want gun manufacturing to take place in the state of Massachusetts. Rather, they think their economy can flourish with the farming of marijuana and other cannabis-related production. It's a pipe dream, and that's a good analogy, right? A pipe dream, because we have what's called a glut of weed on the market, dudes. That means the price goes down, supply and demand, right? Everybody's growing weed. Everybody thinks the weed is the answer. Well, unless they want to make us all absolute weed heads, which maybe they do. So I just missed one on the spinnerbait over here just as I got over here. One gave it a good whack, and I missed him. So my key now is to remember to slow down. I don't want to be going too fast. And I got the spoon ready. Thinking about throwing out Mr. Spoon in this very weedy, swampy back cove. So we are pounding away here on this beautiful day, but as yet, neither Tom or I has connected with species or incidental. Our species of the day that we're targeting would be the largemouth bass, but we don't mind a smallmouth. We would take a carp. There's got to be carp in here, right, Tom? You would think. Look at the lily pads here. They've been eaten by Mr. Beaver, or they've just died off. There's got to be beavers in here, right, Tom? Not beavers like what we experienced in that famous Cranberry Pond episode where we were nearly killed multiple times. Glad I escaped with my life. Remember when you took that one for the team for me? When you you went African Queen over the dam. And you stepped into like a beaver hole. I'm going to let the wind blow me over toward Tom while I prospect the deeper water with the spinnerbait. I really don't feel like they're in a dormant state right now, but I feel like the throb pattern is something I just have to stick with. And I feel like the stream bed is closer to Tom. It's over that way. He's in the deeper water. I'm in a bit of a backwater here. But I've got pads all around. So my thought, here we go, we got a fish here. Finally, Tom, we got one here. Yeah, finally somebody came up and whacked it. My throbbing pattern paid off. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a largemouth. Oh, he got off at the boat. Oh, no. Yeah, he was on the throbbing pattern with the spinnerbait where I'm just casting it out and I'm not burning it. I'm just kind of letting it throb through the weeds. We're going to ride on the wind to catch fish again. And we got such a long way to go when we're fishing down in Hadley, Lake Warner, the oldest reservoir in the USA. Ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, we got another one. Oh, yes. You thought you were going to surprise the stand man, but no. He gets off to ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now that one was right like 3 inches under the water, and he hit it right in front of the boat. We will ride like the wind to be free again. La 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 la. Like I say, if they're in an area, they're in an area. So there's probably going to be quite a few fish active in here. So I guess this is probably a good spot to like bore down and fish a little bit harder and slower maybe. Tom pointed out earlier he was getting a lot of hits against the shore, so as I get closer to the shore I'm going to be aware. There's some good fish in this lake. It's not full of all little guys. In fact, those two guys that I had on were both healthy looking bass. This is water chestnut. I just looked at it more carefully. And this stuff is highly invasive and really bad for a lake. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy. I hope the state knows about this. It's going to totally screw up this lake. Been getting a lot of little bangs. Little guy's taking a shot at it, you know. Find a little bit more in this bay as the sun gets low in the sky. Tom's got one, yes. I'm going to turn the canoe so we can, or the kayaks. Oh, yes. What'd you throw? Oh, he's got the Rapala on. Oh, off at the boat just like happened to me. Oh, no, it's still on. Rapala's got two nasty treble hooks. Tom doesn't care. Yes. Little largemouth? Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, you find one of these bays where we got activity, and there's generally going to be a lot of fish hitting in it. It's like this time of the year, spring and fall. You find fish, sit on the fish. Don't go hoofing it all over the place. So, with the sun declining here on Lake Warner, we had a nice day. I mean, it was beautiful out here. Tom got one, I had two. Got off at the boat, son of a gun. But you know what? It's about getting out. At this time of the year, it's a bonus. We could get out after I got out of work. And there's not too many more days where this is going to be possible. Maybe this is it. Who knows? But 75, 80 degrees in October. Uh-oh, here comes the boat, Tom. Power boat, yes.
Horse is coming over to see you.
Yeah, yes, we have friends.
He's walking right over.
Is it Morgan? What the heck are we looking at there? I see him. He's all fired up. Is it a pony? It's a pony. No. Yep, it's a pony. Oh, right down into the lake. He saw us come by on the kayaks and he was like, oh, those guys are having fun in the water. I'm going to have fun in the water too. So from historic Lake Warner, the oldest reservoir in the United States, home of Pension's lumber mill to create lumber to build Hadley and beyond, Fishing Historic Places is signing out. Oh, goats, Tom. Look at the goats up there. Yes. Oh, yeah, he gave me a bat. I gave me a blat. Blah.